this in Whole Food for probably about 8 months now, and we're gonna keep acting like we don't see it until it comes. Pay with your palm, get started. And right now they just putting it in y'all faces to get y'all prepared. When they start putting chips in y'all and marking y'all up, and then the only way we'll be able to pay is through putting chips in our bodies and paying and scanning and okay. Y'all be trying to act like y'all don't see stuff. They put it right in our face, and then when it happens, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Alright. Act like y'all ain't paying attention.
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this faith. That includes you sisters as well, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, okay, I got this video from the brother GMS Ancient Wine, right? GMS Ancient Wine 144, Salaki, GMS Ancient Wine, one word, and then it's 144. Okay, so he does great videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But he put this clip in here with this woman acknowledging or seeing the light, right? Seeing the truth that Israelites can't see. And that's the disturbing part. There's Israelites. Let me go right to a scripture, 2 Corinthians 2:11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that word really goes to schemes. We're not ignorant of his schemes. So when you go into this word schemes, it means 39, exert a mental effort, right? That's the scheme. Let me go on. It says properly the mind. This is where you get the term govern and then ment, right? Govern, controlling the mental, right? Especially in final output, systematic understanding, right? Underline a result of thinking, i.e. personal verdict that comes out using the mind. So that's what I want to go into next. I kind of notice when I drive around, when you go in stores, when you do business, everything is warp speed. Warp speed. It's almost like they've programmed, the scheme is to program the people to act without thinking, right? Without any kind of sure will to what they're doing. And this is why you see so much activity amongst our people who are making so many bad mistakes, or let me say, doing all kinds of cruel and evil acts as adultery and, the styles and everything else you see going on. They're just following blindly. They're just following a genre, so to speak, or what you want to call a fad, right? They're just following it blindly. If you want to get spandies, you wear them, and then they're wearing them differently, and the eyelashes and the men, what they wear. Now, there was always fads. There was always things that was introduced to us through media, radio, hip-hop music, R&B, whatever else. Now everything's warp speed, and this is why I want to go into that. This is a mental, it's really mental. They're mentally attacking you jakes, right, with this, and you don't realize what's happening. They're pushing it. And because you like things warp speed, things so fast, you want your technology. You want your cell phones, right? You want everything quick. You want that big LCD on the wall. You want to drive to go to work that's 5 miles away. You leave in 4 minutes before you get there. Before it's time to get to work. You leave in 4 minutes and it's taking you normally 15 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to get to work, but you leaving after like 9 minutes. You only giving yourself a minute to get to work. That's the mindset that these people are in. So fast forwarding to what I'm going into, this is what's going to cause the people mentally to be distorted in their thinking. They're going to want that that peace quick. They're not going to hesitate. They're going to see his technology. They're going to say moving forward. And that was the thing that was being pushed. Move forward or get left behind. And that's one of the ways of how it's going to be utilized. 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you. Now the scripture says, Luke 21:36, watch and pray therefore pray always, that you may be counted worthy. I have no idea how you clearly see these things are happening. And then you got these Israelite groups in the name of saying, okay, we've been tricked and we've been duped, to the fact now that we're just going to allow, because we see we were tricked, that now that we see things right in front of our face, we'll turn our backs and say that's not it, since we were lied to. Yeah, we were lied to, but we still had the Bible, right? You see what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to take everything away. We wasn't able to wake up at the time. So yeah, we were lied to about the white Jesus, but we knew that was a Messiah. We were lied to what the Bible said, but we knew that was a Bible. See, it was still in plain sight. We were lied to about the end times, the Antichrist, but we know that there's many anti-messiahs. We were lied to about the name. I don't know how some groups still calling on that name Christ, but we know that there's a true name. You see what I'm saying? So just because we were lied to doesn't mean that the mark is not legitimate. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen. It's right there in our face. Anyway, it says, there shall be false teachers among you who privily or privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord. See, they're not respecting or having faith or even belief in the Lord. That's why these guys sell out. They don't have belief that the Lord is going to bring something terrible here, and there's going to be a time of trouble, right? There's going to be a time of trouble that's going to come on this earth, right? There's going to be a test, right, that's going to come against the Israelites. As Scripture says, many shall be tried, right? Many shall be tried. So there's things going to happen. It also says in Revelation 2:10, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons. What is going to happen with that? I thought all you had to do was follow the law. But the Lord said he's going to allow some of us to be cast in prison. And what did he say? Be faithful unto death. I wonder what it is in prison that you're going to have to be faithful unto death about. There's something, a tribulation that's going to have to come upon you for you to have to be faithful. You don't think they're just going to lock you up and just throw you in a jail cell without offering you something to take. You want to get released? You take this. If you don't, well, you know what time it is. Anyway, even denying the Lord that bought them and bring upon themselves swift destruction. They're going to have swift destruction if you don't believe in these prophecies. I can't understand why anybody wouldn't believe. Well, I do, because the Lord blinded them. But it's clear, right, is bright as day. So what are you other Israelites going to say about this? Are you starting to shake in your boots yet? Are you having a consideration? Or because you're so proud that you got caught up in a group, you don't want to accept that you were wrong? That's the principle of the truth, is the beginning of knowledge. And to deny yourself, to say, hey, I was wrong. I had no business in this group. They was not teaching me the truth. They was not teaching what Great Millstone teach, right? But their pride will not allow them to accept the truth. So anyway, I'm not going to make this video long. I just want to show a commentary. You can watch the brother page, GMS Ancient Wine. I didn't even get to finish all of his video, but you know how it is. It's the spirit that move, and he's got a lot of videos, going into things like this. Some brothers, do that, but I saw this lady do that. I remember going in CVS, and they kind of had this like 10 years ago, and they had a bunch of stations set up, and they had all the computer equipment set up. And I think I said it, left a comment on Elder Apostle Tahar's page, and he said do a video on it, right? So by the time I went back, it was gone. So I don't know what that was all about. They had like 5 stations, and it had the chairs, and it had the looked like the monitors, like what he had. This is some years back. They had like 6 or 7 of them lined up in a row at CVS. I was like, what the hell are they doing? They hitting you with that thing? Maybe they knew, but then I went back, they kind of removed it all. So there's a thing of time, of things to come. There's a sign of things to come. So we know it's going to come, man. The scripture says, though it tarry, wait for it. Because the Lord said he's not going to, his word doesn't return void. Right? It says, James 4:7, submit yourselves therefore unto to God. It says here, to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Resist the devil, fight the devil, and he will flee from you. So you're going to have a spiritual fight. You're going to have a spiritual fight. Ephesians 6:11, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And that's what these other groups are doing. They're wrestling against flesh and blood. They think it's all about, you can take it out when you want. It's nothing physical. It's all spiritual, and you ain't got to worry about it. Just follow God's laws. Yeah, right. How do you think you're going to be tested? You had wicked Pharisees that claimed to follow the law and wasn't right. It's bigger than that. I'm not going to say don't follow the laws, but it's bigger than that. It's going to come down to your faith. Against powers, against the rulers of darkness and of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in that evil day. And having done all to stand, stand there having the loins girt about with the truth, and having a breastplate of righteousness. Now, why this is being said, this is good, because Sakari kind of did a video talking about when Yahushua told Peter to pick up his sword, right? And that was all for the purpose of the prophecy might be fulfilled, that he'll cut off the ear of Malchus and, the rest. And then he said, well, you don't need the sword. This is a spiritual fight. So you see Paul here saying the same thing. You're going to need spirituality to fight against carnality. You're going to need to put on the breastplate of righteousness. You're going to need to put on the armor of the Most High in order to fight this physical flesh. And that's what's coming. So it's a shame that this Eve can see it, but you other Israelites can't see it. That's all I have on that. Shalom.